I am your host, FatDag, and you're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello, welcome to episode 58 of Wise Advice. And I want to spend a good part of this episode talking to the guys. So ladies, if you're out there listening, go ahead and continue to plug your ears for a little bit. But I really want to hit the thing that a lot of us guys don't understand. So of course you're welcome to listen in. I'm being silly there, but if you got a guy in your life that you can't get him on board, that's kind of one of the number one emails I get is how do I get my husband on board? How do I get my boyfriend on board? How do I get my brother on board? I see that in my inbox a lot, and I don't really have a good answer. And not only do I not have a good answer, I don't have a good answer for getting anybody on board because, as you know, you can't force someone to do this. You can't just say, hey, you know what, you need to lose weight, let's go do it. And the person goes, oh, you're right, I had no idea. So how do you get anybody on board is difficult. How you get them on board is they have to want to get on board on their own. And all you can do is be a good role model some good behavior, model some healthy choices, and people will start noticing. And as people notice, they'll see that you're living a healthy lifestyle. They'll see that you're happy, and they'll start asking questions. And that's how you open up. But you have to let them approach you in a lot of ways. It doesn't work the other way around. It's funny. I was at a party last night and, sitting there just sipping my water. That's all I was doing. And someone came up to me and the person's in great shape, but they said, hey, can you teach me how to be fit? And I just kind of chuckled because I've never heard that in my entire life, right? So that was kind of a point where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I guess I guess I'm doing something right. But at that point, when that person's asking me that question, they're ready to hear. So no matter what I say at that point, I have to be cautious with what I say, but whatever I say at that point, their mind is now ready to hear it. So anyway, so here we go, guys. Guys, what's going on, right? If you're a guy, and you're overweight, we got to now remember that that's not healthy. So we're not doing ourselves any favors. We're doing a complete injustice to the entire male society by continuing to carry, overweight. Now, so hey, I know where you've been. I've been there for 20 years. So don't feel like I'm judging you because I lived it for 20 years. I'm telling you what the other side looks like now that I'm here, and I want you to join me over here. So as we know, I'm going to obviously plug Weight Watchers. That's exactly how I lost all my weight every single time I did it. And this time in particular is how I'm able to maintain it. But Weight Watchers is an incredibly supportive community, and it doesn't have any gender rules. Guys and girls are equally welcome in the meeting room. And you're going to find when you walk into the meeting room, guys, that you're predominantly the room is going to be mostly women in the room. These women are incredibly supportive. These women love us. These women want us to be healthy because they are our moms, our sisters, our wives, and they see us, they see their spouse or their brother through our eyes, and they look up to us in a sense where they go, I wish I could get my husband on board. I wish I could get my brother on board, like I talked about earlier. So, but us guys, I'm going to jump into the stereotypes for a little bit. Us guys, we think, no, we're too tough. Right? I don't need any help. I got this. And I'm supposed to be big and strong and I'm supposed to be the provider, and asking for help is a sign of weakness. Well, I tell you, nothing could be more false. If you're a guy and you're struggling with your weight, which, I haven't met too many guys who are overweight who are completely happy about it, but they're just not willing to admit that they want to make a change. And not only are they not willing to admit it, they don't know how to make the change. And a lot of times we're too embarrassed to go into the program that we know works. So Your role as a guy, if you want to stay in the stereotypes, if you want to live in that world where the stereotypes exist, your role is to be a good role model, be a good husband for your wife, be a good role model for your kids, for your neighbors. You're the provider, if that's what you want to say. If your job is to provide, if your mind says I'm the provider, I'm that guy, then why would you not want to be the best you can be? Why would you not want to be as in best shape that you can be so you can be around for as long as possible? Now, I tell you, when I first went into Weight Watchers years ago, the very first time I walked in, it was intimidating. I didn't care because I was focused on me and I wanted to make sure I was healthy for a long time. You're going to find now that when you walk into a Weight Watchers meeting and you go down Connect, there's a long list of men who've been successful in this program. The program absolutely works. It doesn't know a gender. It knows healthy living. And if you do that, you'll have success. So, one of my favorite stories as a leader now is I had a meeting 3-4 weeks ago. The first 5 people through the door were men. So that was a point where as a turning point, I'm like, yes, we're making a difference. So ladies, if you got a guy out there, give him, this is the episode you want to give him. I got 3 emails I want to touch on in a second that are all written in from guys, from a guy's perspective. And it just kind of tells a story that we probably don't often hear. So very proud of these guys for writing in and sharing their story, because that's how we educate folks, by telling our story. So, and that's why I tell my story, is so that other people can go, oh yeah, if he can do it, I can do it. So that's kind of the intent there. And so before we dive in there, if you haven't already, obviously the Apple Store has the app. The Android Store has the app. That's the easiest way to hear the podcast, is download the app. Otherwise, we're all over the place. We're in iTunes. We're in Google Play, Stitcher, everywhere else. But the app is absolutely the number one way to go ahead and hear the show. App's completely free. No charges, no upcharges. It's just, I just want you to be able to hear the show because I want to make a difference here. So I'll open up with this email from Chris. This is fantastic, Chris. So Chris says, hello, Mike. Perhaps you remember me. We met for 2 weeks. You were my leader in Franklin for my first 2 meetings. I spoke with you about my concerns of being over 40 versus weight loss. You told me your story and I learned we are the same age. My start was kind of difficult because I did not know my start weight. The scales only went up to 440 and the other scale was not working. So I figured I was about 450. Boy, was I wrong. I found out due to a scale at work, I work in logistics, that I was 500 pounds. Oh my God, I was freaking a quarter ton. I was devastated, but only for a moment. I knew I was in the right place and this program and community would help me. I was also ashamed to tell people that I had joined Weight Watchers, but that was a mistake. When a few coworkers found out, they encouraged me and wanted to know more. My close friends and family have been supportive as well. Another great testimony of how my journey is that my mother-in-law told me how proud she is of me and was also fascinated on how I love the program. The Weight Watchers app, the food choices are all becoming a lifestyle. So here's where I'm at so far. I've lost over 55 pounds since our initial meeting on April 22nd, and today I received my 50-pound charm as well as my 10% loss charm. I realize now I can do this. And there are so many tools. The weekly meetings, the app, Connect, the podcast, newsletters, my family, my friends. There is no reason that this can't be done. So thank you, and I just want you to know what a profound impact you made on me in just a short period of time. I think we were meant to meet, to stop my excuses and my procrastination. Finally, my why is my beautiful 8-year-old daughter. God bless Chris. So Chris, I do remember. So those were my last 2 weeks. I was subbing for a leader and down to that meeting for a little while. It was a Saturday morning meeting. I remember you walking in, and I felt terrible because you were wearing a Yankees hat. And when you were wearing the New York Yankees hat, I thought, oh man, this guy's in trouble. So I was able to get past that for real. And being a Red Sox fan, I knew that I could help you. And so I'll get you a Red Sox hat, and we'll take care of things in that world first, because I think that's pretty important. But all kidding aside, Chris, no, I do remember. I remember when you walked in, and yeah, you're right. We had troubles with the scales, and that frustrated me more than it frustrated you, I bet, because I wanted to help, and I was so proud of you for walking in, and more than that, I was proud of how you handled the challenges that we had that day, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm very proud of the fact that you stayed determined. And when I saw you come back the second week, I knew we were going to get there. And so you're right. And so that your third week, I was gone. I was back, and I was no longer a sub. Your regular meeting leader had come back to your room. But I'm so proud to read your email right now because I knew you could do it. When we sat down, I could feel the energy that you were giving off. And I knew you were, if you hadn't yet, I knew you were very close to hitting rock bottom. And that's what it takes sometimes for us. It takes us going, you know what? I'm ready. And when you truly set up your mind to win, that's when the magic happens. We can't do this because someone tells us to. We can't do this because, it seems like a good idea. We have to truly want to do it. And I could tell that that's where you were. So very, very proud of you. Over 40 weight loss is the same as under 40 weight loss. It really is the same principle. I know we hear a lot of times that, the older we get, the harder it is to lose weight. And, I don't know that to be entirely true, and I haven't studied it, so don't beat me up on whether it's true or not true, but sure, there may be a facet of truth to it. But the reality is if you want to get healthy and take care of yourself, it doesn't matter what age you are when you start to do that. So the fact that, we had that in common, was totally cool. Just like you, when I first joined Weight Watchers, I was absolutely ashamed to admit it, because I didn't want to have people to look at me and go, oh my God, he needs help. And I sensed that from you as well, but you came in with no agenda and you said, I do need the help. And, that conversation we had that day, I'll remember it for a long time because I could sense from you again that you were ready to win. So the fact that you've made your mother-in-law proud, that alone has to tell you you're on the right track. Shout out to the mother-in-laws out there, but for your mother-in-law to give you a compliment, you're doing something right at that point. So very, very cool there. Now, hey, here we are, 55 pounds down. You hit your 10%. One of the things that I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but Chris, if you've hit your 10%, we don't give you a new set of tools at this point. You've hit your 10%. 10% means we've given you the tools. We've given you the tracker. We've given you the app. We've given you everything you need to do to be successful, and you've worked them. You've proven that you know how the tools work. You've proven you can get through multiple weekends at this point, continuing to lose weight, and you've lost 10% of your starting weight. So now when you hit 10%, we give you a charm that says 10%. That's all we give you. We don't give you a new set of tools. We don't give you a new plan. So if you've hit 10%, you can hit goal. The mindset between hitting 10% and hitting goal is completely the same. You've got to stay in the game. You've got to stay focused. You got to stay focused on your beautiful 8-year-old daughter because she needs you, man. Really, she needs you in her life. And so when you continue to work this journey, when you're down another 50 pounds, when you're down into the 200s and you're coming up on your goal weight, she's gonna notice a change in you. You're gonna be there for you. I'm sure you're a fantastic dad. I get all that, but it's going to be different. She will look at you differently when you're healthy and when you're walking around and you're able to participate in life with her. It's totally different, and you're clearly on the track to getting that done. And that's why, my show tonight, I had an entire different show planned. And so, your email came in. Let me look here. It came in at, I got it in my inbox around 10:34 is when I got it. And so here we are, and an hour later, it stopped me in my tracks. And I said, I need to talk about this tonight. So Chris, thanks for your email. Dude, I'm super, super duper proud of you. So at some point I'll get back down to all the Franklin peeps who are listening. At some point I'll get back down into that meeting just to pop in on a Saturday, because I really enjoyed working with you for those few weeks that we had together. It was very, very cool. So keep up the great work, and I'll pop in on occasion. Chris, thank you very much. Good job. Jeff writes in. Jeff says, Jeff says, hi, I achieved my 5% weight loss. I started my journey in March. I'm feeling really good. I appreciate all the confidence and the support. I don't know what goal is, but I figure I'll know it when I hit it. I started at about 279 pounds, and I'm thinking goal is around 180. But first step is to crush 250, then 240, then 230, 1 point, 1 meal, 1 day at a time. This time is different for me because I have made practicing a healthy lifestyle a value. I've always strived to be the best person I can be at school, at work, as a father, a partner, and a friend. But taking care of me often came second, as it has for many of us on Weight Watchers. Today, practicing a healthy life is how I am the best me that I can be. And Weight Watchers provides the means, the structure to do it, and thus to live my values. I think what is different is that I've made working the plan part of my ethical framework of my life. Wishing you and us all good focus, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, dude, great work there. You are absolutely right in exactly what you said. And same thing I just told Chris. If you hit 5%, you can hit goal. If you hit 5%, you're working the plan. You have all the tools you need. You've proven you know how to work the plan. We've given you the blueprint. We've given you the map, and you started building. And you've got this great framework. And what I really love about your email is yes, we say we started at 279. We know 180 is a goal of sorts, but we don't know what 80 looks like. We don't know what 180 looks like or feels like. So you're focused on 250. When we get to 250, we'll look on 240. When we get to 240, we'll go to 230. And that's how you make goal. So you make goal by focusing on living a healthy lifestyle, making it a value, like you said, making it part of your ethical framework, as you said. And your mission now is just to be healthy. And so if you start eating healthily, the weight just starts coming off. You track what you eat, you stay on plan, you get some activity points, and everything falls into place. So, Jeff, another great guy working the program, doing fantastic work. Proud of you as well, my brother, for hopping in and saying that, you need to do this. You need to do it to be a good father, to be a good partner, to be a good friend at work and at school. And everything you said is extremely true. So, Jeffrey, thank you. Great job. Real proud of you. Next up, Alex writes in, says, FatDag, I wanted to let you know that my wife and I have been following your posts on Weight Watchers, although I am not on the program, but my wife is. I must say you are a definite leader as an NCO and have been an inspiration as an NCO to your fellow airmen. I tried to read your fruit salad on your chest, but the picture only showed so much, but very impressive. My question is, shouldn't there be a single silver oak leaf cluster on your Outstanding Unit Award? I see that you have 4 bronze oak leaf clusters. I'm a former Civil Air Patrol member and a military historian / collector, and I want to say I've been overweight in Civil Air Patrol, but got over it without using Weight Watchers. I enjoyed reading your site, and I know that it can and will be done. My wife has done very well in the program, and we follow you on Connect. I wish you very much success in all you do, Alex. Alex, you're a great example, man. And so first off, the fact that you and your wife are doing the program together is commendable. I think couples who do this together, I have a handful of couples in my meetings. The couples who do it together have tremendous success. Man, it's incredible to watch the difference between a husband and wife team who are doing it together because they are supporting each other back and forth. And I saw in one of my meetings the other night, where a wife, she hit a 10% goal, and the first thing he did is he reached over and tapped her on the knee, and you could just see the pride in that. And it works both ways, so absolutely it works both ways. And so the fact that you're sitting here being in a supportive role, is truly commendable, because that's what we got to do. We got to be supportive for each other. And I'm glad to see you do that. Now, as far as you're able to get the weight off without Weight Watchers, hey, listen, I'm not that guy. However, you're going to figure out how to get it done. Because what I'm focused on is that you living a healthy lifestyle. The only program I know to teach you the ropes in is Weight Watchers, because that's the only one that I've been able to have success on for me. But if you found another way and you're able to get it done, then I'm proud of you. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep working the program. I want you to keep being supportive, but I want you to know exactly where you are every step of the way. And if you're not getting the results you want, then I want you to consider trying something different, because the results that you want are extremely valuable. And when you get there, there's nothing like it. So continue following the program, doing what you're doing. Thank you for all your service too in the Civil Air Patrol. And addressing, for those who aren't military, fruit salad is a list of ribbons that I wear on my chest, and just a regular airman doing my regular job, battling weight issues, trying to stay alive. So thank you for your recognition on that. It's an honor to be here with you. It's an honor to serve my country. Nothing makes me more happier. And I'm so glad I had the opportunity to continue doing it because I took control of my life. And as a guy, I said, you know what? I don't need to live like this. I don't need to live in this shame. I don't need to live in this embarrassment. I need to take control. I need to get this done, and I need to live a healthy lifestyle. And so I'm able to do that because I finally figured out my why. I finally figured out that the reason that all of this works for me is that I enjoy being healthy. I enjoy now giving back is a new version of my why, because what I want to understand is I didn't know what hitting goal was. I had no idea that what 180 pounds would look like on me. I haven't been 180 pounds for as long as I remember, and I had no idea what that looked like. So my goal was to try and get under 200. And so when I got there, my leader kept going, saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. I couldn't be more happy right now with how I look and how I feel. And how I feel is fantastic. And I want you to feel that as well. Everybody listening, you have the ability to get there. There's no magic to this. It's simple tracking what you eat, getting some sort of exercise. All of that is driven because if you know why you're doing it, you'll get it done. So tap into your why. If you don't know what your why is, continue to search for it. Figure out what caused you to walk into a Weight Watchers meeting. What caused you to open the app? What caused you to open this app and listen to this episode? Something drove you to do that. Write it down, read it, stay engaged, and you too will hop on that scale one time and you'll say, I do not want to lose another pound. That's when you hit goal. Doesn't matter what the scale says. Doesn't matter what your clothing size says. What matters is that you have recognized that you're the healthiest you can be. You're in the best shape of your life. You're in the best shape that you can be in currently, and you're loving it. That is goal. So, thanks for hanging out here. That's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight, getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goals and go after it. I wish you good focus.